I have some philosophical questions to start things off here.
Okay, it's a very philosophical game, so...
It is. Can human beings, as flawed entities, create something perfect? And, second question, if a piece of art is perfect, does that detract from its artistic qualities? Because is not all art flawed, Christian?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, the subject matter with which you create this supposedly perfect art wouldn't have to be flawed.
I like that supposedly.
Way.
That's good. we're talking about Katamari Damacy. We'll go with that. What'd you think of this possibly perfect or not perfect game?
I liked it a lot. Very interesting video game this Katamari is. Very unique.
Yes.
It's probably, the most different socket game we've played thus far.
Yeah, this and Yoshi's Story.
Yeah, that is interesting how these games are kind of cut from the same cloth. They're kind of casual experiences where you're just kind of supposed to kick back, relax, and just let it all wash over you.
It's like a toy you play with.
Yeah,
sorta.
Exactly.
It's watching the numbers go up, but the numbers aren't numbers, they're just a ball, and you can see it getting bigger. It's like they broke down video games into their barest essence, and you just do it for 3 hours. And the music is amazing, and the storyline is crazy, and it's like dealing with all these dad issues that I don't really understand. And I love this game so much.
Okay.
It makes me smile.
That's good.
Yeah. Did it make you smile?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
It did a number of times, on a number of occasions.
Okay.
Made me chuckle a few times too.
Okay, but you sound reserved. Where's the reservations coming from here, Christian?
Well, the reservations come from very specific problems I had with Katamari.
Okay.
This one in particular.
Yes.
I felt the controls were bad.
Okay.
I didn't like the controls, and I hear this, like... It's like a Shadow of the Colossus scenario, okay? So I always hear these people, they're like, the Shadow of the Colossus controls are bad. I don't understand why they're that way. And I don't understand why they think they're bad. I mean, to an extent I do, like triangle is jump. Yeah, that doesn't make sense,
Goes
I
against
guess.
God. Yeah,
but everything else made sense to me. I mean, it quickly became second nature in a way that something like Katamari, it's different.
It's not a one-to-one, there's like a little bit of... There's a translator in the middle.
Yeah, so as soon as it drops you into that first tutorial, I was like, I'm just rolling this ball around. I mean, come on, I don't need this.
This is easy.
And then I move the left stick and I'm like, why isn't anything happening?
Uh-oh, you're just spinning.
Is my controller not connected correctly? What's happening? And then it's telling me, like the little icons, I had a hard time interpreting those at first. My thumbs were sore, my thumbs hurt, and I was like constantly moving my thumbs in opposite directions trying to get it. You know, like when I'm turning, it never quite felt right.
Yeah, like Shadow of the Colossus, I don't think you're supposed to have great control, or it's supposed to feel... I mean, you're a little guy rolling around this giant ball of garbage. Yeah. I think the game would be worse if it was just like perfect one-to-one. You just go wherever you want to. I think part of it is you're wrestling with the physics and the experience of pushing this thing around.
Yeah, I can see that. I could see that, yeah. And this thing gets very big. It's supposed to be more unwieldy than it is supposed to be like mechanically satisfying.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that.
There's so little difficulty in this game. I feel like that's where some of that maybe comes from. Which is maybe giving them, maybe making an excuse for them that we don't need to make an excuse for.
Yeah.
But how about that camera? What else was on your list?
I felt the hit detection was a little off.
Okay.
My ball wasn't always enveloping things that I wanted it to.
I get you. I have a problem.
Really?
You get stuck in places, and then all of a sudden you're just shedding items, and it feels really, really bad. And you don't really notice that time limit until you find yourself in a situation where you're wasting time, and then you're like, oh my god,
Yeah. My last issue
Yes.
was that if you're playing and then you run out of time,
Yes.
boy, is that deflating when you got to start over. Ugh.
It doesn't matter, dude.
Oh, for me, it was like, I made it this far and I got to start it again.
No, you get to go through the mill again. The mill is the best part. Start small and you get big.
Yeah, I feel the first 75% of each level's curve feels really good. And then once I get to the end, I feel that's kind of when it starts drawing itself out a little too long. Where I'm just running over everything now, and now it's kind of lost its finding. Like, usually you're running into cute little nooks and crannies, finding crazy little wacky zany stuff.
Yeah.
And finding nice little chunks of stuff you can pick up that feels really good. But then at the end, you're just kind of going across the map and being like, okay, I can't pick up anything over here now. Go over there. Okay, now I can pick up the stuff over there. And then at the end, it's just rolling over everything, going around the map, finding every last little thing.
I feel
and
like
then waiting for the timer to run out.
I feel like our brains are wired differently or something, because I just love it. I love going through that process. And when you get big enough and all of a sudden it's just bedlam because you're just like rolling up a crowd of people or something, and you're just like, oh my god! And you hear all the sound effects going on. Oh, it feels so good.
That part's awesome, yes.
But there are parts, where it's like, I gotta roll over here. Like that last level is amazing up until there's like
that last
4
phase
islands. And you just kind of have to like go find them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe too much time on that level.
Yeah. It's a long one.
Can I go? Okay, you've given me your list of problems. Can I just go over like a bunch of stuff I love about this game?
Absolutely.
Okay. The king is one of the best characters in any video game. I think.
He was one thing that didn't quite work for me.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, he's cute, Japanese, ridiculous, over the top, pompous.
Yeah.
But all of his dialogue is like this really vague stuff that almost doesn't make sense. And it's like this trope that doesn't really work for me.
Okay. I disagree completely. I love... He's like the stern dad who is disapproving of you. And like they have so many different ways of just kind of nestling that in there, where he's like, have you ever been to Russia? Maybe you can go there. That's not going to happen anyway. And he's just off to the next thing, and he's just always belittling you, and unless you do a really, really good job. And then he admires the heft of your ball, and he turns it into a star. That's amazing. I get what you're saying, because a lot of his dialogue is just nonsense, but I love that the nonsense drips down into the game, where he's always watching you, and sometimes if you pick something up, he'll say something strange about it, and it's just, it doesn't, I don't see how that could detract, because it's not doing anything, it's not interrupting gameplay or anything, it's just...
Yeah.
He's just like throwing something stupid at you, like the banana stuff or something. It's just part of the flavor of this game. You just don't like Japanese stuff as much as I do. Is that what this is?
Maybe it is.
Is this the wall we're hitting?
I don't know. Like the King stuff, I could take it or leave it. I mean, it's very on brand for Katamari.
Yes.
And I can see how it would very much appeal to the people who are into that.
That is a backhanded thing to say about this game, but okay.
I like the story cutscenes; those were fun.
Yes, very surreal.
The mom and the kids.
I love the very strange, sinister undertones to this game, where I was thinking this has to be the highest body count of any video game that you are directly responsible for.
Ooh, yeah.
Because you're killing everyone on Earth, basically. Which is odd, because you go back to the same areas and then they're populated again. I don't know what's going on there. Well, it's best not to think about it. I like the side levels, which give you these very strange little... most of it's kind of variations on a theme, but I like the ones where you are done as soon as you pick up something. Of a certain type, which is there is a dick move in the cow level where there's milk creating a little barrier, and it's like you don't even know, and then you get it and it's like, whoop, level's over.
Yep.
This sucks.
I thought it was a clever way of switching the gameplay up a little bit, other than just trying to get as big as possible.
Yeah.
Threw some fun little twists and turns in there.
Kind of gives them an out to make a sequel to this game where it's not just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I love the art style.
Yes.
I think it works really well. I think it's impressive whatever trickery they're doing to make the scale work on everything.
Yeah.
For a PS2 game, I think
Totally.
it's very impressive. I mean, everything's like 3 polygons, so it's not crazy. But God, the soundtrack is amazing. I think I said that already, but it's just it is not a it's not a video game soundtrack, but it works somehow.
It does. The soundtrack is fantastic. It is superb.
There's that one track where it's just the drums right at the beginning, and it just feels really good to start a level that way. It's like and then they bring the theme back for the last level, which I think is awesome. It just feels right.
It does.
I find the gameplay just very satisfying. I love the way the controller vibrates whenever you pick something up. It's just like, it makes that little sound.
That's good tactile feedback.
Yeah. I just like everything about this game, basically. So I don't know.
One thing you didn't mention.
Yes.
Is the level design. It's fantastic.
Oh, yes.
I think the level design in general is very ingenious, very intelligently structured.
Yes.
And like you're saying, it's just picking up items. It's just items scattered all over the place. But the things don't necessarily make sense. There's like handcuffs propped up against doors that you can go around and pick up.
Yeah.
But things are clustered in such a way that you find things in pockets. And then, you kind of get a substantial size boost with each new like set of stuff you find, which is very great, very effective. And then also, when you do those like size ups, it's very good at recontextualizing the existing areas in neat ways that let you see things from a very different perspective.
Yeah. Like,
and I like that a lot.
I always like going back to where you start the level. Like halfway through it, and just being like, look at that puny little area. I like the weird storytelling that's going on in the levels, where there's like those symbol monkeys, and they're like all facing one symbol monkey, and it's like, what is going on here? I really wanted to put this at the top, but that doesn't sound like it's going to happen. So, where do you see this puppy? I thought this was the one, man.
Yeah, I can see it in the top 5. I mean, I wrestled with it. When I played it, the first couple hours were a little abrasive. Yeah. It took me a little bit to kind of get in there. Yeah. Really get going. Yeah. And when I did, it was a really satisfying progression curve. But like I said, it kind of plateaued towards the end for me, where at the end I was just kind of swallowing up as much stuff as possible, because I got the goal like halfway through most of the timers. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, now I'm just getting all the stuff. And then I would get to the end and I'm like, okay, are we done yet? Are we almost done here? And then it would finally get done. And then I'd be like, okay, like that last part wasn't very satisfying, but then I would be able to jump into the next level, and that first progression curve was fun again for me.
Well, we got to come to a compromise here, it sounds like.
We do, yes. This will be the Katamari Compromise. Be writ and signed and posted for your reading enjoyment.
Okay.
In the annals of the socket capital.
Hell yeah. It changes the course of human history. It really did.
Yep.
When we put Kingdom Hearts 2 below Katamari. That seems odd. That feels odd to me, because you really like Kingdom Hearts 2.
I do, yeah.
I think.
But you really like Katamari, man.
I like this at least twice as much as Kingdom Hearts 2, but I think this needs to go above Valkyria Chronicles.
Sure. Yep.
As like my soul needs this.
Yeah.
Or it will die.
Yeah.
And then after that, I guess it's this isn't a compromise, the thing I'm about to say. Where do you see this, Christian?
I could see it above Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
I'm okay with that compromise.
Okay, but are you okay with it above Sonic CD, though?
Yes. Yes, I can see that. Yes. I'm okay with that.
Okay, but what about Rise Star?
This is my sticking point, man.
Okay,
Rise
that's
Star
fine.
is the top of my socket tree. The star on top of my socket tree.
Socket tree sounds like a word. Okay,
Circuitry.
Below Rystar then?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? That's the sticking point here.
I guess this went much differently than I thought it would.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can have problems with a game, dude. I have problems with every game.
Yeah, Michael's gonna love this. This is gonna be his Final Fantasy 13.
That's going to the top.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rystar is a great game also. And I would rather have a game we both feel really strongly about at the top than one that I just feel strongly about.
Yeah. I mean, there's some really masterful stuff going on with Katamari, man. Fantastic.
And then the camera.
And the camera, controls.
Yeah, and the controls.